our first speaker of the day. We're setting up the camera. While he's doing that, I will introduce him. Maurice has entertained us with humor in just about every speech he's done today. Even those that were supposed to be serious. But serious is something Maurice does not take too serious. Seriously, here's Maurice with speech number 3 from the entertaining speaker manual called What's So Funny? Please help me welcome Maurice.
Hey! Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. What is so funny? See, she laughs when I trip. I mean, what is so funny about someone tripping? I know what's funny about chaos in the kitchen, chaos at the catering table. That I do know about. I can tell you stories of 40 years of chaos in the catering department. But I'm not going to, because I'm not here to talk about catering. But I can't tell you about disasters. What I want to know is, what is so funny? I mean, everybody's smiling already. I haven't said anything yet. I mean, is it facial expressions? You know, kind of like, gets people laughing? Or kind of like, when the people are bummed out, sometimes we laugh at people's unhappiness. Only when we're sarcastic, right? Or is it like my Katie face? My daughter taught me when I was 4. She still does it today. Dad, I'm talking on the phone, but I'm making that face. Can you make it? Yeah, Katie, I can make it. No, daughters are great. And you know, I tell you, you want humor? Have daughters. You want disaster? Have sons. I don't know that for sure, because I never had a son, but I was a son. I had 3 older brothers, and my mother's favorite saying, "Where's Maury? Where's Maury?" They didn't know where Maury was. Maury's either, you know, climbing some tree, in some garden, picking up the dirt balls, throwing up the cars going by. That was Maury. Because I thought that was funny. Now, sometimes funny is not really funny, unless we're mentally sarcastic, which I am all the time. And what's the best way to get mentally sarcastic? Get up 4:30 in the morning, have 3 cups of coffee, go to a Toastmasters meeting. I mean, to me, that's pretty funny, because when you're doing a speech, and you had to get there and get the room set up, you think, well, you know what, 1 more cup of coffee, I'll make it on time. So that's what I do every Friday morning, and Thursday, and Wednesday, and Tuesday, and Monday. So that's how I get my day going. But I'll tell you, Toastmasters is a great place for fodder. I mean, Toastmasters, you know, Toastmasters meetings are great because people actually get paid to imitate people. I mean, you know, people go out there on the comedy show, and the comedy night, they imitate people. Like that guy does George Bush, and you know, guys making hundreds of thousands of dollars to imitate people. Well, Toastmasters, you can do the same thing. People get up to speak. This is the Mitch. Morning, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome. See, that's pretty funny, huh? But I'll tell you what I miss, though, is when people start really improving, and they become like the distinguished Toastmaster, and you miss out on all the fun, like my adorable Gigi, when I first came to Toastmasters. No, it was really great, you know, I mean, yeah. You know, it was like, I mean, I thought I was in the 70s, hitchhiking down to Jersey again, you know, I was like, I missed it. Gigi, you can do that anytime you want, okay? I really missed that. But that's Toastmasters, that's the improvement of Toastmasters, that's what it does. And then there's the ever-loving, ever-elegant Shia. Thank you all for coming today, fellow Toastmasters. It's just a blessing to be here. I want to thank you all for coming. What really gets me is the new people, the rookies. Table Topics is great, you know. They pick on, you know, Victoria. She gets up there, she talks, not a big deal to her. She knows what it's all about. Then we pick on, you know, the rookies. The first timers, you tell them what Table Topics is, they figure it out. They go, okay, well, okay. They won't pick on me, I'm a new guy. So we pick on them, and they send up. The question again was, how would I describe the sun coming up in the west? Okay. Well, they asked, the sun comes up in the east. And I like their thoughts. Like, how did I come to this meeting? Kicked that Maurice in the butt for taking me here. Oh, well, the sun comes up in, well, it actually comes up in the west, because, no, it goes down in the west, and is the minute up yet? You know? No, Toastmasters is a great place for fodder. It really is, it is. But, you know, not all Toastmasters are funny meetings, because you go to other places that are really, really funny. For an example, go to your own life. I remember when I first came out to San Diego, I had like 6 teachers trying to teach me how to surf. They all lived in garages on Pacific Beach. I mean, they were younger than me. They were like the hippies, or the younger hippies, and they were trying to teach me how to surf. Well, I played hockey. I grew up with ice skates. I mean, I've dodged hockey pucks. I've lost teeth. I've had black eyes. I've had bloody noses. Surfing is pretty cool. Of course, I never saw a surfboard that was on the front cover of a Beach Boy, album. Other than that, in Boston, I didn't know what a surfboard was. So they get me out there, and they all teach me how to get on the surfboard. I got up the first time, and I thought, this is kind of cool, kind of easy. And the other kid says, no, man, what you want to do is you gotta get your toes over the edge, man. You gotta like surf. So you go, well, how do you do that? So they tell me how to do it. So I finally get up there, and I'm trying to put my toes over the edge. The surfboard goes down, I go down, the board comes up, hits me in the chin, bloody lip, take my surfboard, stick it in the sand, and yeah, no more surfing for me. I dodge hockey pucks, I don't need surfboards. And off I went. Because that, to me, was a very serious situation that I was laughing at an hour later. Why an hour later? Because I knew I should not be on a surfboard to begin with. But I love those things. Those are what, those are the little building blocks of your life, the things you think about. Now, I can think back 30 years ago on what I did. I can't think a week ago of stuff that I did. But 30 years from now, I'll tell you what I did a week ago. And that's the way my brain works. Because when you're trying to be humorist, or when you're trying to be funny, you can't be funny. But if you just come out naturally, 3 cups of coffee, Toastmasters meeting, look at all your friends, you can sit there and make fun of them because you love them. But then comes the jokester. I'm going to give you all a lesson right now. Everybody says, well, how do you remember so many jokes? You don't. You remember one thing in a joke. You remember the punchline. And you remember how to deliver the punchline. And if you're an accountant, don't tell jokes. Too analytical. Well, this man was walking down the street and he had this hole in his suit. The lady came up and she sewed it right away and stuck him in the arm. And, that was a pretty funny thing. You're an accountant, right? Yeah, how'd you know? Never mind. You can't be analytical and tell a joke. What you want to do is remember the punchline and remember how to deliver it. And the best thing I've ever delivered in my lifetime was this. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome to the Friday morning meeting. I'm tired of being funny. People tell me I'm funny all the time, but I do know looks don't mean everything. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Maurice, for that speech. At times felt a bit like a roast.